going to look at the solo section of Strange Charm. It's 2 bars repeated as many times as you like, as is usually in my pieces. And the left hand has this pattern which I played when I played the left hand. The right hand is very much set in E major. So here's an E major scale. You can also play a pentatonic scale. It's a 5-note scale. That'll sound good as well. I'm going to improvise using probably mostly the pentatonic scale. Notes of E major scale and sound very similar, just a little different. So, can you play any note anywhere? Yes, you can, but just be careful of the 4th. So when I play an E in the bass, that's probably the worst note to play, but you can disguise it by going to or going. Of course, in the 2nd bar, there's a chord of A over C, and so it sounds fine. But just be careful, because if you come to land on that A, it'll sound like this. So if you hear that, your ear should say, that's not sounding so good, I'll move off it. And I was slightly unsuccessful, that last one. You can see moving to 1 note higher, 1 note lower is a way out of that. Should you hit the A with the E, or just try and avoid it? And obviously if you play the pentatonic scale, when we're omitting that A completely, so that way you don't have to worry. If this is the first time you've improvised, just keep your hand in a very simple hand position so that you don't really have to think of notes outside that hand position. So that could sound like this. Obviously the rhythm is not quite so easy. It's not the first note, that's easy, that's just 1 bar of a dotted minim. But it's this cutting across the beat. So it's in 3/4, but we've got a dotted crotchet followed by another one. So it would go 1 and 2 and 3 out. So it's pushing the second one, 1 and 2 and 3 out, and kind of attaching it nearer the 3rd beat. So it's like an anticipation of 3. So crotchets in the right hand, maybe that'll help. So after that you could play around with some rhythms. I mean, the other thing is, of course, the left hand's just a suggestion, so you could find something that suits you better as long as it's in 3/4. So here's going to be, here I'm going to play some variations in the left hand. That when you don't push the left hand, it's not quite so groovy, is it? Here's groovy. Not so groovy. I'll do that again. I did push a few of those, but you get the idea. So syncopating the left hand makes it sound a bit more hip. In terms of melodies, it's just a very sweet little tune here. You don't need to be too worried about what's been played. Just play some nice little tunes in the right hand. It's mostly how it fits. I'm just going to try and do some riffs so that you get some idea of repetition.